And then the younger brother goes, stick your finger in the water, stick your thumb in the water. And with that, he sticks his thumb in the water, and this fish just hooks onto his thumb and basically nearly pulls his hand off. So I'm like, oh, yeah. And then as I go, he goes, this guy goes, hey, that's his girlfriend to the older brother. So the older brother's like, fuck off, you. And he was like, look, he's even got a tea towel, and he wraps it in when he kisses it like that. And there was actually a tea towel up next to it. So at this point, I'm like, all right, lads, I'll see you later. So I goes, thinks nothing of it, just thinks, what a nice big fish, what a great pet,
Yeah.
So it's probably about 5-6 weeks later, Sunday morning. I'm hungover to fuck because I'd been out the night before. I had a big night. Got in about 3 a.m. So it's only about 8 o'clock in the morning, and it just is this screaming and this shouting and this screaming. I'm like, what? And the whole apartment, everyone's out. And the German, the guy at the gym at the time, he was still alive at this point, says to me, John, go down, see what's going on. Like, fucking, I've got to go down. So I quickly, walks down, half dressed, And the older brother, whose fish it was, is going, he's killed the fish. Now, Bernadette was the name of the fish, but they called it Bernie.
Yeah.
So I was like, and he's going, Bernie, he's killed fucking Bernie, he's killed my fish. So anyway, I'm like, what the fuck? So it turns out he goes, and I'm like, where is he? What's going on? So I goes into his apartment. Now, at this time, this guy's smashing, banging doors, and he's absolutely losing the plot. And I'm thinking, shit, he loved this fucking fish, like.
Yep.
So I goes in, and there's the brother. He's absolutely sparked out. There's a bottle of whiskey empty bottle of whiskey on the floor next to him. He's lying back on the couch, there, bollock naked from the waist down. There's a tea towel across his lap, the one that was at the roll, and this fucking massive fish stuck on his cock. But he's absolutely fast asleep. So the brother had worked the night shift.
Yep.
So it turns out the brother had worked the night shift, come home and found his brother. So anyway, next minute I'm like, shit, is he dead? I mean, not the fish, the brother. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck's going on?
Was he still there?
So I'm tapping him on the face, like, and he's
slapping him like a fish.
Yeah, slapping him like a fucking wet fucked fish.
Yeah, he was just getting harder and harder as you were doing it.
So then he's like, he's breathing, so I can see he's breathing. Then it turns my attention to the fish, and I'm thinking, oh fuck, is the fish dead and all that? So I says to the brother, is the fish dead? Which he just suddenly goes like a light bulb moment. He comes in, he grabs the fish, pulls it off his brother's cock, basically. And literally starts giving it fucking CPR.
Oh no.
Which was going all right because he was just pushing it together.
Yep.
But then he's fucking literally threw the lips on it.
Oh no.
He was like blowing in it and all that. And I was just like, oh fuck, I've got to go. Next minute, the landlord, I nearly said his name there. Next minute, the landlord turned up going, what's going on? And I'm like, oh, he's killed his fish. Well, then he's on top of this guy, slapping him to fuck, going, what are you doing fucking his fish? It's his fish. It's his fish. So long story short, like, he come around and he goes, oh, it's his fault. He never gives me a go.
Oh, no.
He always, I come in and catch him, fucking the fish all the time. So I'm standing here going, is this fucking happening?
Yeah.
Is this happening? This can't. And then the penny dropped. Obviously, at some point in this fish's life, he groomed this fish.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He brought this fish back to life as a little fucking little baby. What do you call a baby fish? I don't know. Little fry. You know. And then, at what point did he work out that he could stick the fish on his cock and it'd give him fellatio, basically? So he must have put his thumb in at some point and it sucked his thumb. And then I'm thinking, like, what size was he sitting there? And he just went, like,
yeah,
I'm going to stick that on me cock.
Dick in there.
I'm going to stick me dick in there.
Fuck it.
Now, I must admit, like, the way it was sucking that fella's thumb, like the brother's thumb, it probably give good head, to be honest. It would probably be an experience. Not that we all want to try. So I'm standing there thinking, what the fuck? What's going on? What's going on here? So I'm trying to sort of get my way out of it. Have you ever seen Homer Simpson where he goes into the bushes? I'm trying to get into the bushes. Next minute they're scrapping and he's like, how did you do that? How could you fuck Bernie? Why did you fuck Bernie? And then, so anyway, so the landlord split them up and all that, and the brother the brother fucked off, pulled his pants up and fucked off. And I must admit, like, you know, all the point of this, I was thinking to myself, fuck, he's a big lad as well. He was fucking, you know, I think the fish choked to death.
Yeah.
It wasn't that he drowned because he wasn't getting. So it turns out what had happened. So I get the story from the landlord. So what happened? His brother had gone on his night shift and wouldn't give him any money for booze.
Yeah.
So he'd scrimped and found, you know, searched the whole house, found enough for a cheap bottle of whiskey. Went and got a bottle of whiskey. Come back and thought, oh fucking, you know, I'll teach him, the bastard, like, you know what I mean, leave me any money for the beer, you know. So he got the fish out and basically fucking nutted the fish. Got, you know, obviously fulfilled himself, you know, but you know, shot his seed.
Yeah.
And like every
fucking put the worm in the fish and then fucking.
Put the bait in the mouth,
Yeah.
and like every good fella, you know, once you've got to that point, everything else is just like, oh, yeah. Like, so the fucker's relaxed and fell asleep.
Yeah,
and
with the fish on his cock.
Fish is on his cock, which, you know, obviously it would have, because it was wrapped in the, because in my head I was like, why didn't it flap about, or why didn't it go, I'm fucking dying?
Wrap.
But because it's wrapped in the, you know, in the tea towel, it couldn't do fuck all. So that's how he killed the fish.
Fuck.
But and they were like, I'm never talking to him again. I'm never talking, you know. And so they were arguing for a couple of days after. And then I'll never forget it. Like, I was just thinking, I need to move out of these, because that was just one thing that happened. You know what I mean? In these apartments.
That's a pretty big thing.
That was one of the mildest things. And I just thought, I've got to get out these apartments, or write a fucking script for a comedy show.
I want to watch that show.
So I comes home from uni. So as I'm coming through the door, he goes, John, quick, come here, come and look at this. And it was the older brother. He said, come and look. He said, oh, me and my brother have made it up. Come and have a look. So I goes in this fucking massive fish tank, and in the middle there's this tiny little fish.
Oh no!
This tiny little goldfish swimming out. And you know what I thought, mate? I thought, do I phone the RSPCA? Because that fish is going to get groomed, and it's going to be in a situation like, I don't know if fish rape's a thing. I don't know. It might have been consensual. I don't know. Did he look at the fish and it was like,
yeah, she wants it.
She wants. Just the way she's looking at me, you know.
Those big fish eyes.
Those big fish eyes, you know. Those eyelashes, just, you know, batting away. So that was basically like, and I always and then he says to me, what do you think of the fish and all that? And he's going to call it Bernadette 2 or something like that. And he said, what are you doing this afternoon? I said, oh, you know, I'm not doing much. Like, he said, come down. We're all getting together in the back garden. So where these apartments was, there was a big green area outside, really nice place to have picnics and stuff like that.
Yep. So
I goes down. I hears the landlord shouting, John, come on, we're all together. So he goes down, into this back sort of garden area. They're having a fucking funeral for this fish. Fucking fish. So they've dug a hole.
Yep.
And the fish is wrapped in the tea towel, like it's wrapped in its tea
wrapped
towel.
in the camera.
They've dug the hole. They're fucking burying the fish. So they're burying the fish and all that. And then he says, the older brother says, "Oh, do you want to say a couple of words?"
Oh no!
And the brother says, "Oh, it was good while it lasted." And then all hell broke loose, and I was just like, "Fucking again, Homer Simpson just disappeared away from there." But you just think, I just like, there's so many questions I had, and I never got to ask them. Do you know? It was like, you know, what have you groomed any other animals? You know, is that, you know, what is this like? I mean, and why just get one new fish? Why not get 3 or 4?
Yeah.
Just so you have a selection of like a harem of fish. Why not get your brother one? I mean, and I thought to myself, why not get 2 so they've got one each?
Yeah, yeah, less fighting.
Less fighting, more loving, you know?
Yeah. Let's be honest. I mean, if you're fucking a fish and there's 2 fish, it's a 3-way.
Well, it's an orgy. And it smells like you're being with a, you know, a few women, like 30 women. I don't know. What should I say?
Imagine that. Like his girlfriend like calls him on it. It's like, nah, it's just the fish smell. And it is. Yeah. But it's still not a good thing. Yeah, it's still, you fucked the fish.
You're fucking a fish. But you know, I think out of all the animals to fuck, I mean, was he fucking the fish, or it was fellatio? So I don't think it's. I don't know if you get your cock sucked by a goat, is that bestiality? I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah. I know for sure because the prompts on the dating apps.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mine.
I fucked a goat.
No, if you get fellatio from a goat, it's a bestiality. And 100%. Apparently it is.
It is, yeah. Especially that's what the judge said as well. So that was, I mean, it was like that, living in that apartment, there was like so many crazy things. But I always just think, like, you know, if that ever happened to me, would I still carry on living with my brother, or would I just think, enough's enough? Do you know what I mean?
I'll be honest with you.
Not that I want to, you know, fuck fish, but, you know, like, if it was the love of your life.
Yeah.
It is like, you know, it is like just, you know, to him, it's like fucking his beard. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Cheating. I'll be honest with you. If I was the other brother, I'd probably move out when I realised my brother was fucking a fish.
That's what I'm saying.
Just me, but I mean, once you go that deep, I don't know.
But I just know the younger brother, he'd been seeing that fish behind his older brother's back for a long time.
That's not the first time it's happened.
No, he's been looking at his watch, waiting for him to go to work. You know, it's just this time he was too relaxed and too drunk.
Yep.
Yeah,
and that was the end of it. Fucking hell! I love that story so much.
I don't know if I told it good, but that's the way, you know. It's. I always tell that story a bit more animated drunk because I've got a drink to get rid of the trauma. So.